Ontop agriculture, Edo State government don't do sensitization and capacity building exercise for Sobe farmers. Edo State Agripreneurship Scheme don't carry Wakago Agricultural Development Program Office, where it be ADP for Benin City, where then for do Ogbonge sensitization exercise on top agriculture for Sobe maize farmers. Unago sabi say TMC TV don't first report say Edo State government do 3-day sensitization and capacity building exercise for Edo farmers where it Teboga, Iyekoyin, Obayato, Ubiaja, Oria, Udo, and Agbede. Plenty farmers benefit well from this exercise, and at this one make Edo State government carry this training go meet Sobe maize farmers. Honorable Prince Joe Okogie will be the special advisor to Edo State Governor on top agriculture, forestry and food security program, and I still be the organizer of this Ogbonge training. Tell the farmers say as governments don't begin do Ogbonge maize production for the 300 hectares of land where government don't give them to take farm, may them still they try do small check for the farm, may them forfeit the report anything we know they well for the farm giver.
Last year, a lot of us, our names were in the farm, but a lot of us did not go to the farm. That farm was practically left in the hands of a few individuals. This year, we have started production. I think we started planting yesterday. After we finish planting, the surveyor is going to divide it into portions. And all of you will come and take ownership of your portion. So I want you people to be giving me feedback as to what is happening in the farm. You are not expected to do much. All you are expected to do is, when you come, you walk your portion. If there's anything that is not going well, you report it. There's a WhatsApp group. They will include all of you. Just like we are doing in Subenu, Aganekude, Warake, and Ilushi. The reason I wanted us to meet is so that we can just lay down some ground rules. So that what happened last year, where certain people knew what happened, we had some challenges last year. But a lot of people that claim they were part of the Sobe farm, because they were not going to the farm, they really didn't know what happened. Because what we have noticed is that that area is very prone to Fulani herdsmen. But I'm going to need the cooperation of all of you, because the only way we can do this successfully, because the farm is big, it's about 400 hectares. And if all of us take possession of our farm, and we take time to go there periodically, just to inspect and make sure that what we are doing, that everything is going well, we will get information on time. All of us will not be in the farm at the same time. We will come at different times. If I go today, I report what I see, and you go tomorrow, you report what you see. Then we'll be able to stay on top of things. So once we finish, like I said, we planted yesterday, it will grow to a certain extent, then we will now bring in the surveyors who will break them into partitions. I need all of you to come in and take ownership and monitor. You don't necessarily have to do anything, but we need to know what's going on. If your farm is being taken over by weed, if your farm is not doing well, you report it to the agronomist, and the agronomist will be on ground to take care of whatever problem that there is to take care of.
Some of the farmers shook mouth put for waiting Honorable Prince Okogie talk as they tell them all the katakata where they face for their farm.
To make it very successful, I want the sharing of the farm to make the work continue. Where you should know how many people are in Sobe and those people outside Sobe. So we put them together.
I try to follow up on what is happening in other farms before even Sobe started, and even when Sobe started. And I saw that every farm that started was tweaked from challenges of the previous. I know that Sobe had challenges with monkeys, Abi? Then Usubenu, sorry, with monkeys. Then they had challenge of stunted growth.
Yes.
And I saw that was one of the reasons that Sobe didn't start in time. I went to Sobe a number of times. I visited Sobe a lot of times to see the farm, and most of the farmers can bear us witness. That farm was superb from start to finish. Now I talk. From start to finish, unlike other farms. However, we saw this challenge, and we are where we are. Why don't we give ourselves the benefit of the doubt? Now, because I saw that there was no proper security on ground. That was just the challenge. You drive them away in the daytime, they come back at night. So now, why don't we say, okay, this is what happened, this is what happened, and we have itemized it and say, okay, look at, we need security on ground. And Oga has said this is now to be put in place. Why don't we just give it the benefit of the doubt? At least, as far as growth is concerned, we had a perfect farming year. It was just the challenge of during harvest, when we wanted to harvest. So I believe Sobe is a work in progress, and we'll get there. And like he said, let everybody take possession of his farm. Everybody's goat is nobody's goat. The goat will die of starvation. Let us take possession. By the time you take possession, this is my own. You will not want your own to fail. And by the time everybody doesn't want their own to fail, the farm will be a success.
I want to first of all thank the project coordinator as a leader, because it's not easy to lead people. Last year, I was one of the supposed to ask one question in Sabogidaura. And I believe I used to pass through the farm very well when I was going to Sabogidaura. I stay in Bini, I stay in Sabo. And that's what my brother Miriam said. The farm was beautiful. At times I would stop to look and look. And the fun thing I always say, like, to me, I don't think I was added into any group. But the only thing I noticed, the inflow, how it goes, must have those things. Let me go and check if actually this money they want to remove from my account now, to know if they are doing this particular, maybe fumigating, whatever. You know, actually I would just go and stop. Why not allow us, as the farmer, sell? Not like what this new one you just said now. Agreed. I believe I want to be one of the groups so that I will now know if this portion is my portion. And many of us, I agree, I stay beneath, but the man from Sobe, he can be the captain of my team.
There was no time I came to that farm that I didn't see at least 15 of you, and you were always there. Why didn't you complain then? To who? You didn't complain to me. Every time I came, I saw you there. To who now? You guys there were given the resources to manage the farm on behalf of everybody. But by and large, I thought you guys did a great job. If there's anybody that saw that farm, is there anybody here that saw that farm that would not agree with me that that farm was well taken care of? The farm was very well taken care of. We're looking forward to the harvest. And the truth is, when they told me what happened, I almost cried. Sobe was one of our best farms. And I will, in a minute, show you some videos and pictures so that you can see how the farm was being invaded. There will be like 1,000 cows, all moving, ravaging through the farm. I will also show you videos of what we harvested. The day before the governor came to officially flag up the harvesting, we harvested some. We harvested some so that even while we were there, we harvested. It was one harvester. One harvester Before we could even bring the other 2 harvesters, the farm was gone. One harvester can only harvest about 1 hectare a day. If one harvest, we planned on bringing 3 harvesters there. We brought 1 harvester for the launching. Before the other 2 harvesters came, the farm was gone. The harvester didn't harvest up to 20 days. Let's even say the harvester harvested 20 days. That's 20 hectares out of 400 hectares. How does that amount to be half? You that have been farming maize for a long time, if I will show you what was, you will see the bags that people are referring to. You see the heap of maize, the one we moved. I'll show you all of it here now. It seemed like one day realized that we were going to be harvesting. They called, or apparently they have been eating the farm before, you know, because it was not, it seems like they were bringing their cattle at night to graze the farm. But not until we came in there to start harvesting, then we now realized that we have a problem. We thought we were leaving the cobs to dry on the stems of the corn. The government have invested in dryer. We don't have to wait for the cobs to dry. We'll harvest them and we'll dry them, then sell. 2, we've also made provisions for adequate security to be permanently on ground. And the day you go there, I hope the contractor would have started building the watchtowers. We are going to put watchtowers in strategic point in the farm. And those people, we have a means to communicate with the men on ground to tell them the herdsmen are coming, this is the direction they are coming from, so that they can go and repel them. It is obvious that the herdsmen, I guess because that's been an open field for a long time, they are used to grazing their cattle there. My mission here is I just want to come talk to my farmers for Sobe, so that maybe we set how we go take do this year's production. Yesterday we start planting in Sobe, so I want them to come so that by the time we finish planting and the corn don't grow small, we will come give them their own portion, and I want everybody to make sure say they look after their portion very well this farming season.
We thank the federal government and other parts of state government, NASA and everything for bringing this program to farmer so that we can get something from it. We are interested, we are happy about it. We always continue to thank the government, but that security matter made them help us. The Fulani herdsmen, that be our problem. Because our grant for Edo State here, if ordinary grant you throw cassava put, go do well. Put cassava, go do well. But waiting there, they say, make the Edo State government, make them try hard to see say this program is successful.
This na the Ogbonge informate we will bring come for una on top inside Edo today, as Edo government don do sensitization and capacity building exercise for Sobe farmers. Make una sabi say na TMC TV na im carry this Ogbonge informate come give una, and my name na Oiza Aboriogun.